Now, the chairman of the Inter-Ministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, Professor Frimpong Boateng, has made statements suggesting that the ban on small-scale mining will be lifted before December. Speaking at a press briefing to announce the roadmap for lifting the ban on artisanal and small-scale mining, the chairman, who also doubles as Environment Minister, amongst others, announced that licenses of small-scale mining companies will be vetted and verified. Registration and tracking of all earth-moving machines and withdrawal of all military and parliamentary personnel from concessions of large-scale mining companies found to have flouted laid-down procedures. We can now listen to the chairman of the Inter-Ministerial Committee, Professor Frimpong Boateng.
One, we are going to direct that all excavators be brought to designated areas in all the regions, and the regional ministers will make sure that this is done. The reason we want to do that is that we want to give every excavator an electronic tracking device. When that is done, then they can go back and do. So we want to know the number of excavators that we have in this country. Some say 5,000, others say 7,000. We don't know. But we want to know where they are and what they are doing, so we'll be able to track them. Every excavator will be moved to a particular area and to receive an electronic tracking device. This announcement will be made on the 20th of this month, next week, where either the Minister for Information or the regional ministers will tell all of us the exact locations where this excavator will be guarded. And then the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources will also give a list of companies that are flouting our laws. There are certain so-called large-scale mining companies, but they are not. They have large-scale concessions, but they are using small-scale methods to mine. And they are flouting a lot of our laws. And the minister will give directives as to what they are supposed to do. And we also want to stop what we call bulk sampling. The minister will also give us more details next week. Also, we are going to withdraw all military and paramilitary forces from the ground, and Operation Vanguard will be the only force that will be in the mining concessions. Because you don't want a situation where some private person will go and hire somebody to provide security for a company and come into conflict with Operation Vanguard. So we want a situation where Operation Vanguard will maintain sanity in all the mining concessions. We will tour all the communities to make sure that these directives are going on well. And we'll establish the quality of water bodies. This is being done by the Water Resource Commission, and it will be done 3 or 4 times a year to make sure that we are on track. And then the ban will be lifted. And the names of all the companies that have been vetted will also be published in the newspapers so that we all see it. Now, somebody will ask me, when exactly are we going to lift the ban? I cannot say it now, but I know that His Excellency the President will want small-scale miners to spend the Christmas very well. That one I can say. But it will all depend upon how we go on with this roadmap. It can be much earlier than we anticipate, or it can go for maybe a week or 2. But one thing I can say is that the President wants you to earn some money and enjoy your Christmas.
Certainly, people should earn money and enjoy their business. That's why I'm joining the studio now by Francis Opoku, who is the Public Relations Officer for Small Scale Miners Association. Mr. Opoku, you're welcome.
Thank you, my sister.
So, were you at the press conference?
Yeah.
You were there?
Yeah.
Before the press conference, had you heard anything?
Yeah, let me take this opportunity to say good afternoon to your August listeners and viewers. Yeah, like the minister reiterated, we've had several collaboration meetings, interactions with them. So, and we made a lot of input even into the the roadmap, which he recognized and applauded us for.
Okay, so well, he wasn't quite emphatic, but as if the ban may be lifted very soon. What are your expectations of how the roadmap should work going forward?
Yeah, you see, that is exactly where our beef lies. Because all this while, our problem have been how the whole thing, they've not given, what do you call it?
There's no
definite
timeline
exactly.
as to when
Each and every
ending.
day they come out, this month, next month, 6 months. So that was our problem. So coming here, our expectations were so high that we were expecting that they would say that tomorrow we are lifting it all, probably by December. But it wasn't specific.
Okay.
And, well, what we will say is that, you see, for the roadmap, the interventions are fantastic. That one, we have to applaud the government for that.
Okay.
Because not only the roadmap is like loaded so much to promote efficient and effective small-scale mining, and just as it's going to probably help in eradicating illegal mining. Okay. I think with the procurement of the drones, the setting up of district mining committees, all these things are effort that the small-scale miners think that the government has done well.
Okay.
But they have not been fair with us to the extent that all these things are already in place. With the issues, the conditions, about 8 of them they cited as being conditions that should precede the lifting of the ban. Almost 9 is done.
For example?
For example, where he said that some large-scale miners, like those holding prospecting license, are mining, which they think that is wrong, they have to pull them out. They've done that. And then the fact that there is, what do you call it, the training. They've trained about 3,000 of small-scale miners, and they even intend to train some illegal miners. They've done all these things.
They've done it already. So that should not necessarily be conditions preceding the lifting of the ban.
Exactly. And with the fixing of tracking devices to our equipment, this is where the problem is coming from. They are saying that they will set up designated places where we will bring all our excavators to for the tracking devices to be fixed on them. Okay. And the practicality of it is the problem. How do you, excavator is not like a taxi where you can drive it to a place easily. And as we talk, for 2 years, close to 2 years, miners have been in the house. Conveying excavators to from our various places to the district is virtually not practicable. So this is where...
Have you engaged the ministry on this? I mean, today the minister was there, you were there. Did you try to engage them, or the association? Has the association tried to engage them? And what was the response, your final...
yeah, seriously, we will be meeting, as the executives will be meeting next week. Okay. And we will come out with our response, and then as far as the challenges we are speaking. Other than that, we will not go back. They will come and then say that, oh, we couldn't finish, and it will go into 25. But the whole thing is that, see, with all this back and forth, the government is somehow affected, because small-scale mining contributes a lot in terms of, revenue and then employment. Okay. And as small-scale miners, we are resolved that they don't even have to worry about the drones. It's about appealing to the sensitivity of the people, which as an association we've done excellently.
We have tried that, it hasn't worked.
No, it worked.
Now people are still involved in illegal mining, destroying our water bodies. So
that is why we have to take time to explain to you people, because see, those people he cited as those working in the forests, and they are not small-scale miners. They are people who are...
They're illegal miners, of course.
No, they're illegal miners. They are people who are holding prospecting licenses belonging to large-scale and doing, he explained it, doing illegal mining on large scale. So if these people conduct the activities, then eventually we having license who are in the house, they put the blame on us.
They put the blame on you. Okay. Okay. Well, you're obviously happy with the roadmap, you say. You're happy with the roadmap.
We don't have
except you have a few issues about the tracking, I beg your pardon, the tracking device and the installation of those tracking devices on your earth-moving equipment. Exactly. And you're going to have a meeting very soon, decide how to deal with that.
Exactly. But we are so organized. We mobilize our members, get our papers ready, and then very soon, even if it's to go, he said that it will depend on us And we want to tell the minister that we are ready.
Okay.
With our documents for vetting.
You're ready with your document for vetting. I really hope that they lift the ban so you can go back to work and make all your good money.
That is all that
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. Francis Opoku is PRO for the Small Scale Miners Association. This is still The Pulse. We've done a lot of talking, haven't we? Let's take a quick break.